Thank you, my love. Welcome into this life transformation show. And the song at the background is by Fiona Mukato from Uganda. It says, "Thank you, Jesus." Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so grateful for a new day. This is a very brand new day, a brand new day full of great opportunities for you. So we need to just build in the opportunities and take action. Sometimes we have the opportunities, but we don't want to take action. And when we don't get to where we want, we blame ourselves. So that is not a topic for today, but we are going to speak about why we don't trust ourselves, why you don't trust yourself, why I don't trust myself. And maybe let's just go back to reverse why what we talked yesterday, we talked about why it is hard for us to love ourselves. And we found out that we care more for others and we don't take care of ourselves because we fear what people will say, that we love ourselves too much. And we realized also yesterday in that show that most of the things that really make us not to love ourselves also derail us. It brings us down, that we cannot offer enough. Even what we want to offer others, we run out. For example, if we want to offer to give more love, more compassion to someone, because we have less, so we run out. We get tired so easily. So it is important for us to love ourselves best and fast and much, so that we can be able to pour out also much love to others. And the previous day, we talked about why you think you're not enough. And we talked about low self-esteem. We talked about fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, what people say, people's validation. And it was so amazing. Today, we are talking about trust, why we don't trust ourselves. Because if we are looking for ways on how to build ourselves, that this self can get transformed, we need to love ourselves. We need to understand that we are enough in whatever thing that we do. Even if we fail, we are still enough because we are human beings. We can still pick up ourselves, learn, and start it again. We also need to love ourselves more than we love others, because if we love ourselves more, we will be able to pour out more love outside there. And today we are talking about trusting ourselves. Why it is very hard for me to trust myself. If I can trust other people, if I can trust maybe my spouse, maybe my business partners, why is it very hard for me to trust myself? Why is it that if it comes to myself, it is very hard for me to believe in myself that I can make it, that I can do it, even if I know the other people that I trust, they also did not know it all, and they will learn along the way. Sometimes maybe they even fail, but I cheer them up saying, yes, it's going to be better, you're going to do well. But why is it that if it is me, I become hard on myself? I don't give myself grace. Let's get to know from the comment section why it is hard for you to love yourself. And this is a judgment-free zone. For those ones who want to share their hearts, this is a dialogue. This show is a dialogue. It's not a monologue. So many people are going to learn and going to be blessed by your comment, because they're going to learn on how to start trusting themselves and what are the strategies to start loving yourself. And also they can know that if you are not trusting yourself, they know they are not alone. They are not alone, because life is a journey. You may not have got it at the right time, at that time, at one time, but next time you get it. So it's a process. Everything that you want, you'll get it if you put your heart into getting it. So it is very hard most times for me to trust myself. Why? Because I am afraid of what people will think of me, that I don't have the capability to do it. Sometimes I fear, I don't trust myself because I fear what if I would fail. See, I fear what if I will not make it well, if it will not become well. It takes me sometimes hard time to really get started in something. Why? Because I did not trust myself. Just like I was giving this example of me when I wanted to start up my online business, it took me 1 full year to really get started because I was afraid to do something by myself. Because I thought if we were with someone else, I could carry the blame. If it failed, I could carry the blame to someone else. What if I am the only one in that circle? If it fails, who do I blame? Who do I blame? Let me just reduce this volume. We fear to fail because we fear that we don't have the capacity or the capability to do it. But that is just something that is limiting us, because there is always power in trying up something. You might fail the first, second, or third, fifth, fourth, or 10th time, but there is that one time that you will get it right. And I love it when I even fail so many times, because I get to know it very, very well. For example, I was just doing a driving test and driving lessons for the prep L last year. I was doing it, and the exams looks like I've really got it, but when it came to the test, I failed so many times, and I kept retrying, trying again and again, and I was even very expert in answering the question. The last time I was not looking into the notes, I already know it, so I know if it is here. It helped me understand it better, because I failed so many times, and I referred back to the video, to the training so many times. That helped me to understand. And even if I'll be driving, I know that this is supposed to be like that. It has stuck in my mind, in my brain. So we fear to fail because we fear judgment of other people. What will they say of us? They will laugh at us. They will make fun of us. Or maybe they will say, hey, now see, she has failed or he has failed. But it is okay to fail. It is okay to fail, and you get yourself up, do it again and again and again until you get it right. So, and also in that process of doing it again and again, don't have the guilt of, I have failed, I am not brilliant enough, I can't make it, this is not for me. Don't judge yourself, because it's a process. If you judge yourself, you also add more challenges into yourself. So it's a process. If you didn't get it, yes, you did not get it. Just go and do it again. Just go and try to do it again and again. And sometimes I overthink. Even something very small, I overthink, because I really wanted perfection in it. I wanted to make it very perfect. I wanted it to be very well. But in that overthinking and taking more time to decide on what to do and how to do it, I waste time. And sometimes I get tired of it, and I may not be able to, I cannot do it, because I thought I would not make it right. I wanted to have every detail. I wanted to think and rethink of every detail. That is paralyzing. So it's really paralyzed myself, and many times I don't take decisions. So I have learned from that I waste a lot of time, I waste a lot of energy thinking, I waste a lot of, so if I wanted to do something, I just start it. I just take a research of that thing. If it is something really I am convinced I want to do it, I just go for it and start doing it. And if I fail, it's still okay. I can either do it again, or if it is not something I cannot do it again, so I leave it out. And I know that I tried to fail, but I did not fail to try. That's the most important thing. It's always important to try to fail. You try it. If you fail, it's okay. Sometimes you may not fail, you just get it straight away. So don't give yourself hard time in trying up something, because when you try up something new, you never know, maybe your success lies there. Like most people are afraid to start up an online business, yet it's something that is helping so many parents, more especially parents. It's helping everyone, people who really deserve more for themselves, who wanted to have more time. But because people are over analyzing, because of their previous experience maybe with online, you generalize everything. Sometimes your success is where your fear is. Something you are afraid to do, maybe that is where your fear, your success lies. So let's have this question. Do you doubt yourself too much or you doubt yourself small? At the rate of 10 being the highest and 0 being the lowest, rate your trust on yourself. Is it 5? Is it 4? Is it 2? Is it 1? Is it 10? You trust yourself too much. That is excellent of you. That is very good. So if you trust yourself, that is a success. That is very good. You can build more on that, because you can trust yourself in so many things, in so many areas of our life. When we talk about trusting ourselves in the whole area of ourselves, in making decisions, in prioritizing something, in even a lot of so many things, sectors that comes along in our circle. For example, in a family, in your career, if you're doing business, in your business, in your personal life, how do you trust yourself? Do you have that full dependence on your decisions, or you doubt it? Sometimes I fear to take decisions because I did not want to fail, or maybe I was afraid of the unknown. So I did not take decisions. So many opportunities that I failed because I did not trust myself. I was asking, is it me? Is it my mind? Can I do it? Can I make it? You see, I did not trust. Even when I wanted to start up the online business, I did not trust myself. I went around asking people if I am fit for the business. And so many of them told me, Sunday, you can't do this. Now, guess what? How many years I am in the business? My life has been transformed, so many things. That's why I say that sometimes our success lies where our fears are. What we are afraid to do, that is where we are sent to do something. That's where we can build our fear. There was one time I was constructing a house, we were building, and I was really afraid. And there was one elder that I shared with him, and I said that I am afraid of this work. I don't know why. He said, that is right. If you're afraid, that is when you will go and learn more, because you know that you are not perfect. You go and learn more. And in the process, you're understanding, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining skills. So many times when we fear something, or maybe we are afraid of something, we should go and face that fear. Go and, what exactly am I afraid of? This online, for example. Am I afraid of scams? Am I afraid of what people will say at me when they see me on social media? Am I afraid of people's judgment? Am I afraid of the unknown? What am I really afraid of? It's important to find out what I am afraid of and then address it. Because when we address it, it becomes our success. It becomes like a benchmark. Because another time when we want to decide on something, we can refer to what we have done, and we can easily make decisions. You can say to yourself, yes, I did the other one and it was successful. Or maybe I did the other one, it was not successful at first, but at last I got it and I am making it right. So it gives us the the reason to refer to, that we can always refer to. So it's always for us good to face the fear. If it is the fear of failure, if it is the fear of the unknown, it's good to go and face it. I just shared this skill that I learned so recent, that if I have any negative talk or something that is in my mind that tells me I cannot do it or I cannot make it, I need to ask myself why I think I cannot make it, why I think it is very hard for me to make it, why I think I am not worth, why I don't trust myself. I need to go into the deep depth of that fear, into the depth of that issue, that challenge. That's where I can find the solution. But if I don't face it, if I am afraid to address it and say, oh yes, bad thoughts came in my mind and I just diverted it. Okay, the bad thoughts will come over and over and over again because it is not addressed. But when you address it, you are able to face it. For example, my mind tells me I am not able to do it. I ask myself, why do you think I am not able to do it? Why do I think that I am not able to do it? If I don't have the skill, maybe I can learn. If I don't have how to do it, maybe I can ask someone, you see, and that can help us to trust ourselves, to build ourselves. And as I said yesterday, that having positive talks also to yourself, it helps a lot. Having a positive talk like affirmations, they are really so helpful. They are so helpful that I was reading this book on it's called The Magic. It's just about gratitude. I have learned a lot in this book. And this book, it was a book that I was afraid to read because of its title. I was afraid. It was named The Magic. I was afraid with that primitive mentality. What is the magic? What is in the book? You see, I was imagining something different because I did not even bother to open the book. It was in our business, because in the business also we have a book club. We have a lot of things really in that business. It's not just business, but it's about your the whole of you, personal growth, like 360 of you, all over every part area is covered. So that book, people were talking good about the book, but I was afraid of the title, The Magic. What is in that magic book? It took me very long, but one day I just made up my mind and said, I want to read that book. What is in that book? What is that magic that is in the book? I wanted to read it. But the time I read the book, I became addicted to the book. I read it for 2 years. I could read it for 28 days, because it's 28 days. You read for each day has a chapter, each day has a chapter, and it has assignment. It really helps me to become a grateful person, because I start to understand why people do well, because they are so grateful. Even if the situation or the thing they have is not the best that they like, you start becoming grateful with what you have at the moment. And then you can build you with the gratitude that you have for what you have at the moment. It can help you succeed or get to where you want to be, get to what that you wanted to have. That is your best. So gratitude helps us a lot. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful that you are not sick. Be grateful that you are not in prison. Be grateful for so many things. And if you find it very hard to trust yourself that there's nothing good you've done, even you living just not in prison, it's something very good that you have done to yourself. So be grateful for your life, because there are a lot of things that you did that you even did not recognize. It just passed by like that, and you didn't put attention into it. There are so many things that you have done and that you are going to do that are really so amazing. So you are an amazing person. Start trusting yourself. You're doing great. And so many decisions that you made and has pushed you to where you are. And there are also those wrong decisions that we can learn from. That maybe you made a wrong decision, but you have learned something. I always wanted to learn something in my mistake. I really don't want it to go just like that. I wanted to know, why did I fail? And what lesson can I learn from this? I always wanted the lesson more than the result. So the lessons can really give me a big energy for the next that is ahead of me. So let's start trusting ourselves and become confident of ourselves. What about our past mistakes? When we failed the previous time, now the next time we are afraid to take a step because last time I failed. Why should I take this step? No. You might have failed last time, but this time you are going to pass it, or you're going to do it well. Maybe if you didn't get it well, do it over and over again and you will get it right. So let not your mistakes, your past mistakes, make you not move ahead or try something else new, because everything is changing. There are so many things that are changing, but it takes us to really build ourselves into who we are becoming, and that is by taking action. So if the previous action, or maybe the previous thing I did and I failed and I'm afraid to do something, how can I grow? It becomes very hard. I become limited to trying up something. Trying up something new is always very important because you get to discover your strength, what you can do best and what you cannot. So let not the past experience or past things shake your confidence in doing something new. So it's very important. Really trusting ourselves is very important. Remember, we are on a transformation journey and it takes a lot. It takes a lot to unlock ourselves and to really start trusting ourselves, to pour more trust on us. Because when we trust ourselves more, it is easy for us also to trust others and even to know those ones who are trustworthy. So another question, do you trust other people more than yourself? Sometimes we get to trust other people more than us. Even if the decision others made was not right, we get to trust them and leave out our right decision that is within us. So it's high time we don't depend more on what others say, what others do. We need to be committed to building trust to ourselves, into loving ourselves, into understanding that we are enough, that you are enough. I get to understand that I am enough in whatever that I am just enough. That is just me. I don't have another extra part of me outside. So what has happened, how it has happened, that is how it has happened. And if I did not make it right, I will still learn and make it the right way. So we don't need to trust ourselves because we are afraid of failure, because failure helps us to really build strong skills, because we get to know where we fail, we get to know why we fail, and we can help ourselves and also help others. And seeking validation from others should not be the thing that limits us. In fact, we need to commit into building ourselves and trusting ourselves that even in making decisions, we can make decisions on ourselves because it is based on what we need to address, what we need to really get rid of, how we need to make it. The deepest details about what that we need to check, it is within us. So if we depend on other people's decision for us, or maybe expectation of us, we may make a wrong decision. And at the end, we may get disappointed. Because at the end of it all, we wanted to have that where when it is all said and done, and you don't have the strength anymore, you're very old, you need to sit in that chair and just tell the story of how you did things and how you failed. It is not going to be, when in telling story, it's not always going to be positive. There are those negative parts, there are those parts where you have failed and someone can learn from, someone can relate to. For example, if you're a grandmother, if I'll be a grandmother and I will be telling my grandchildren my life story, I choose to tell them even where I failed, because that can help them relate that even if they fail, they can still make it. They still have the opportunity to change. So it's very important to start trusting ourselves, even with our mistakes, even with our imperfection, even with all the things that we are not sure of. We need to start trusting ourselves more than we trust others. And we remove any overthinking, any criticizing, or being undecisive, because how can we try something new if we are not decisive? So over analyzing something also, it can bring paralysis, that you may not reach to the extent of doing the thing because it's like you've done it all, yet you have not yet even started. So it's very important we help work out on that. It's always a process. All these things we are talking, it's not going to happen like boom, one day. It's a process. And it's an everyday process that one day you get there, but it keeps on growing. We keep on upgrading ourselves daily. And we need to remove also self-doubt, doubting ourselves. Am I right? Am I doing well? Am I doing well? Yeah. If you are so doubtful, maybe you are questioning what you are with your decision, you need to read more about that and get more information. Because to make a decision is when you have a lot of enough information to make a decision, nothing can shake you. If it is failing, you know where the weak areas are, you know where it is bound to fail, and you have that understanding in mind. It will really help a lot. So thank you very much. I am so grateful that you are here. Just share if you trust yourself, and share how you start trusting yourself if you are, because someone else is struggling on how to trust herself or how to trust himself. So your comment will be of a great help to that person. Let us know on the comment section. And I just want to let you know that this is a judgment-free zone where everything you share here, it is to help us. It is to edify ourselves, to grow, and to become better versions of ourselves. So no one will judge you, because we are a family here. We are a family, we are sisters, we are brothers. We need to build on ourselves. And it is a journey. We cannot take it alone. I cannot take it by myself. You cannot take it alone. We need to hold each other's hand and transform our lives for the best. One day we'll sit down and say, oh my God, your story helped me change. Your story helps me correct this part of my life. So that is why I really make this show. That's why I really challenge myself to come live, because it will help someone else. And also share this this video, this stream with someone that it may help that person. And just a matter of sharing or clicking or commenting, you have no idea how far it will go, how far it will change other person's life. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And before we go tomorrow, today we are having a talk show with my business partner, Maggie from Malawi, and it's going to be on why online business. So stay tuned with us. We are going to have this show at 7 p.m. Brisbane time, and it's going to be 11 a.m. Central African time today. So see you there. I don't want you to miss, because it's going to be a lot of nuggets on the online business and stories of how we are running this business. She is running it from Malawi, and I was in Africa too. I was running the business when I was there, and it was so tremendous. So I can't wait to see you in our business talk show, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow also again on this transformation show. So I just wanted to remind you that this is a judgment-free zone. And I want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your reactions. And thank you for everything. Even thank you for listening, because you might have picked up something. And let me know on the comment section if you have learned something, if this has been so helpful to you. Let me know on the comment section. Yes, I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I love reading your comments, because I know that it is from the comments that I can come up with topics that can help some people who are going through same challenges as you are, because your pain can be someone's victory, can be someone's way out of overcoming what they are going through. If they are going through similar challenges that you went through, and how you overcame it, it could be someone's strength. So I wanted to see you there. Have a beautiful time. God bless you. Bye.